Hey, it's Evan. Welcome back to another episode of the Mindful 8 podcast. Episode 101. We are in the three-digit club. There's a quote out there that most podcasts don't get past like the first couple episodes. Well, not this one. And this one is just getting started. Today, we're talking about peak state. Peak state, priming yourself to work, priming yourself for the day. There are many ways that you can do this. What is peak state? Peak state is pure confidence. It's pure confidence, pure authenticity. When you're in peak state, you lose track of time. Think about those activities when you were a kid, right? Kickball, kick the can. Oh, beautiful games. But any activity that you just completely lose track of time, you're in your peak state when you're participating in these activities. For me, 22 years young, where I'm at in life right now with this physical vessel, video editing. I lose track of all time. I just get so tapped in because I'm in peak state. That's how I nourish my inner child, creating. You can prime yourself to get into a peak state. You can scream at the top of your lungs. You can do some push-ups, some jumping jacks. It can really be anything. For me, it's usually listening to house music, Minecraft music. My peak state in the morning, I have an espresso, I put on some headphones, and I listen to house music. That gets me into a flow. Then I journal, gratitude, statements, hop into that frequency, a love letter to God, hop into that frequency, unconditional love, 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 and then a daily power list, right? Priming myself to get into a peak state and remember why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm building business, why I'm pursuing the life that I'm pursuing. I prime myself through house music, right? An espresso, caffeine sometimes. But most of the time, it's just house music. Sometimes it's going for a run. Some of these episodes, when I'm in flow, when I'm in peak state, I just got back from a run. And my body feels so good. That's one way to get into peak state, right? Your peak state, you prime yourself to get in peak state. Peak state, pure confidence. You don't care what you create. You don't care how you talk to other people. You're just purely confident. This is something I tapped into in Miami, and I'm carrying that energy with me here. I remember that was a big part of my being before I tapped into this little spiritual side of myself when I was the glue guy and I had hundreds of friends, and now I only have less than 5 because that's just how life works. That's how self-growth, personal development works. But when I was that guy, still am that guy. But when I was that guy, I just had that pure confidence, right? I didn't really care. I was just so confident in my skin that I just did what I wanted to do. Of course, I was kind and humble, or at least I strive to be. But that peak state that I operated in all the time was just pure confidence. It was beautiful. It was authentic. And then over time, I realized, we got to change things up a little bit. Because if you're going down this path, hanging around these types of people, you may not be where you want to be a couple of years from now. And that's totally fine. How to reevaluate my entire life, right? And Miami helped me remember that pure confidence that I love. I prime myself to get into this peak state, pure confidence with what I edit. I know it's beautiful regardless because it came from God. It was an idea. Breathe life into it. Boom, it's a video, right? Same thing with an idea. Toss it on paper, journal entry, boom, to the physical realm. However you prime yourself to get into peak state is truly of the utmost importance. Physically, mentally, or spiritually. Physically, yeah, it can be go on a run, doing some push-ups, cold plunge, putting yourself in cold water. That always makes me feel incredible. Could be something for you to pursue as well. Mentally, are you blasting house music? Are you dancing? Are you dancing, getting in the groove a little bit? Are you reading a book? Are you journaling? Spiritual side of it. Are you meditating? Right? Are you doing breath work? Physiology is the bottom of the pyramid of optimizing your life. Physiology, self-hypnosis, and focus. Physiology, you gotta get on point. You gotta eat well, you gotta train well, right? Sleep well. Then your self-talk, your affirmations, your beliefs. Are they in alignment? After that, are you focused? Are you dialed in on your peak state? Are you dialed in on the type of individual that you want to be in the future? Because the person in the future, if you want to be that person, you be them now. Because the future, we all know on this channel, does not exist. It doesn't exist. There's only the here and now. Well, I'm thinking about this future self all the time, and when I do this, and when I have this amount of money, and scratch that. Just start living that future self now. Tap into that higher self now. One of my favorite affirmations that I pulled from Miami: I'm always in abundance. I never think in scarcity. I'm always in abundance. I'm always in abundance. I'm always in abundance. I'm always in abundance. With everything that I do, with every word that comes out of my mouth, every action I take, all of it. I'm always in abundance. Everything you need to be successful is truly right in front of you. Sometimes we just have to close our eyes for us to truly be able to see. Remember that. Peak state. Get into your peak state. It's when you feel just pure confidence, however you prime yourself to get in that state, do it all the time. When you work, when you're in conversation, be your true authentic self. Just be you. Just be you. Be authentic. That's all that matters. That pure authenticity is peak state. So however you prime yourself to remember who you truly are, do it a lot throughout the day, throughout your life. Breath work, meditation, going on a walk, going on a run, reading a book, journaling. However you prime yourself to get into that ideal version, do it. Figure it out and do it. For me, when I'm working, house music, right? When I want to feel good, shower in the morning, coffee, house music, get to work, right? Go on a run, record. Sometimes just when I feel inspired, breathe and breathe life into it physically, because it's a physical realm. It's all trial and error to see what works and to see what doesn't work. But what's most important is understanding who the future self is, who the higher self is, and embodying that person here and now. Because that's how they come here and now. By being that person right now. Get into your peak state. Prime yourself for success. This is the way. I love you. Thank you for listening. Have a beautiful day.